Here's how we're gonna start this video. Alright. I am 100% sure this is the future. You will be jailed for your intent. What matters in court? What is the thing that's you're supposed to start thinking about? That hopefully you had good intentions and the bad intentions, they don't leak out. I mean, it's jail time. Her intent is not to find the criminals and help the victims fully, detail what happened. But instead, Dao is at 50,000 right now, so she has economic intent, which is very interesting. Is that your job exactly? I don't get it. There's one more thing tied to this case, and because we're not jailing for intent, we're not asking about a belief system. Belief system is very difficult to actually avoid answering about. Right? If we establish someone's belief system of like, make this moral choice, make this moral choice, or at least we spin the damn wheel in their heads of like, you have to condemn this action because it's violence, you have to condemn this action because it's corruption, you have to condemn this action because you don't want to be associated with a fucking criminal, right? So instead of asking for a belief system, we would ask them to list condemnations because we realize that they have put up their shields, right? Put up their defenses. Now you create things, right? We don't have to attack you. We can approach this a whole different way. There is no escape from justice when justice is done right, unfortunately. Welcome to Am I Jesus? That's right. I don't know, but we're getting pretty close to saying yes. How close can we get until someone slaps us in the face? That's the real question. Why do I open up with this? Well, this didn't turn out to be a crime. It's just a YouTuber doing questionable things, right? And we all just condemn it because it looks pretty like much like invasion of privacy, but I personally don't get it. Someone else has to explain in great detail what are the immoral things being done in this video. But the funny thing is, everything Logan Paul does is immoral. So the only thing we have to do is pick the worst thing in a particular period of like 3 years. What is the worst thing he has ever done? We pick that one, right? That's how we do it. When it comes to like immoral human beings who do jack shit in a positive direction, and just try to get away with all kinds of nasty shit, well, we just pick the worst thing they have done in recent time. Whatever's the most shocking. Hopefully it's immoral. Because we know these pieces of shit, they don't actually have feelings, they don't have empathy to death, they just like glorify it in a way. So he was actually forced to condemn suicide and all that shit. That was like the reverse card that was warranted, right? Don't be happy. Don't be laughing at it. Don't treat it as a joke. It's time for you to condemn suicide, Mr. Logan Paul, you big influencer. If we can flip these assholes the same way every single time, I would appreciate. It's not bad. What is very difficult to flip is people who have fake integrity. Also known as commenters, who basically don't exist, basically remain anonymous, but sometimes can leak intent on top of their integrity that they don't really have, but they sort of have. They can say nasty things. They can, in fact, glorify suicide and apply it to you because they want to see you do it. This is beyond hatred. This is now like a human rights violation. It's a show. It's a display of evil intent. People like that should be questioned, should be arrested. That is beyond hate speech, okay? Right? Like, the display of evil intent is now a reasonable thing that we can actually define as arrestable behavior, arrestable internet behavior. I will give that up, okay? If you say this three-letter word and you spread it around the fucking internet, you need to be arrested. It's better for all of us, okay? But hate speech is not arrestable, okay? Evil intent speech, evil speech, whatever you want to call it, but we have to step it up a notch, right? When the only thing the person wants to do is spread disease all over the internet, that has to change. It will change. There's no way around it, my friends. It's just government is so fucking stupid. They think hate speech is gonna be the one to get you arrested, and that's like government will get arrested for, impeding on people's hatred for things, right? Hate speech. Here's the thing about hate speech, so the government understands not to fucking impede on this shit. All right. Hate speech. How do you treat it? Well, in most cases, if a person is not fucking dumbass, internet dumbass, and they stick with, places that they can survive, because a lot of places that harvest and flourish hate speech, like, they're very toxic. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go on so-called Twitter. I've heard a website like that exists, and it only contains that. So, don't go there, please. But basically, there's a lot of internet corners where hate speech is not being cleaned up, but most of the time you have to clean it up. In a perfect conditions, hate speech can only occur one time. One user can commit 1 ounce of hate speech, they get banned. All right, we have a specific tool. Government does not have to be involved. Only when evil intent is peed all over, Maybe the first time you get a warning, get a pop-up warning. The site itself has to, figure out how to scare the shit out of you. But if you keep doing that, that's when you get arrested. Now, hate speech can only occur one time. No one cares, okay? You're not doing anything. You're not threatening anyone. Fuck it. All right? Let's just accept that hate exists on the internet and the haters are fucking losers. We have to be banned, moderated, whatever it takes to lower their reach, basically, because there's better people out there to amplify, okay? Haters want to scream, throw a brick at a hater, let them eat it, let them shut the fuck up forever, and be satisfied. I'm satisfied. I have more people banned than people who subscribed. And I will be known for that. That's my thing, to ban haters. That's what I do. All right? That's what the platform kind of evolved into. Make me understand what's important, right? Currently, what's the important thing? What's the thing that I have to protect? What is the common mistake being made? And, well, people turning into haters sounds like a common mistake. And the people not knowing how to treat the haters, also a very common mistake. Fucking arresting people because they criticize the government is, people call it fascism. It is dictatorship. Even if it's not done by one individual. It is government dictatorship. It's not fascism is when you fucking have militarized mafias, something like that. And you take over the country with that shit. When militarist mafia is the highest ranked military in your country, that's fascism. Because they feel like they can do whatever they want. There's too many of them. Too many bad guys. That's fascism. When there's too many bad guys, but when government wants to take over, when corruption takes over, it's more of a dictatorship, but maybe we can update the term even more. Now, you might be wondering, who am I? What's going on? Why am I speaking alien language and wearing an alien hat almost? So close, so close. Right? The best I can say, I'm a smart person. And what happens with smart people? We are living on edge of history. Right? We are very close to how history is playing out. We're not like the main characters because narcissism is everywhere. Someone else wants to be the main character. Someone else wants to get the most views right now. So we just let them do it because it's hard work to be a fucking idiot. Right? That gets all the attention. It's like, go ahead. Go ahead. Do whatever it takes to capture people's attentions. Right? To inject something into the market that haven't been done before, because they will run out of stupid shit to do eventually. So at the moment, smart people just kind of observing what's going on. We're just commentators. We're not like main actors. We're gonna be. Soon we gonna be main actors. This is why I'm speaking the alien language. I can predict the future because I'll be the future. I'll be the actor that has to bring the future to you guys. So I'm just fucking doing it, you know? And maybe I'm the best one. Maybe I'm just the Jesus level actor, right? That's the whole point of this question mark. Well, that's it. Oh, there's something else I have to watch. I don't know, bro talked about Jesus and in the most clickbaity way, and I have to respond to what the fuck is going on. They left Christianity. It's boring, I understand. Where Christianity? Where? Church? This is boring shit. Oh, I have to tell you guys about prayer and why prayer helps, right? Because if evil intent is something that you would be jailed for, because one thing that you're not supposed to play around is boasting to the point where evil intent comes out of like, you don't matter, your life doesn't matter, I could do bad things to you. It's like, oh, what was that? This is the moment I become an actor, when people fucking slip evil intent, that I know what to do. I know what to do immediately. Except on the internet, because I can't reach them. I can sort of block them. I don't know. I never really had. I think YouTube tends to block them too, because YouTube wants to remain clean. Although evil intent type of people, just like a valuable asset to clean up the entire country. Like, people would pay for this shit to go to jail, right? If we could have captured someone like, wait, but did he actually show like bad intent? Did he like hold a gun or something? I don't know. Was he predictable to do something bad? Because that's the real connection that we have to do. Like, you know, it's the funny joke of like, we have to prevent a crime before it happens. We have to find how it plays out. Because if evil intent doesn't come out and a person does something really bad, then okay, that we can't stop that. It has to be fucking obviously a pattern of thinking, of belief system. We have a belief system called politics, and we're sort of divided and we condemn the other side. But what we can learn, at least one thing we can learn, even though neither side is the correct one, you're just kind of jumping between sides and you're trying to not to burn to a crisp. You know, because both sides are very hot. They're very fucking toxic. Okay, toxic sludge on both sides. You're just trying to jump around. Okay, Trump is bad. Currently, Trump is very bad. Trump is too hot right now. I'm not touching that shit. I'm not talking about it. I'm not boasting his side. All right, bolstering his side. I'm not doing that right now. I immediately condemn when he's too hot. So this is the best way to do politics. Something's going too hot. Someone's going a little bit too unhinged. You have to condemn their behavior. Just such an easy rule, to be honest. Until things cool off, and then you can go back to your side, for example, or just get your hopes back up that everything's going to be fixed and going to be okay. The reason I bring this up is because beliefs are something we judge greatly, because we cannot act on evil beliefs, but if we hold evil beliefs, that should still be judged greatly. We have seen the worst thing imaginable, which should get you fired, but it should get you arrested and questioned, right? Anyone celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk shows evil intent. That's a big fucking red flag. We have to actually arrest a person and question them. The fucking secondary thing we can do is just get them fired. It's a secondary thing. The first thing is we have to allow them to get in trouble even more. Them to assert their beliefs against someone like a police officer of oh, you do believe in evil shit. We have to keep on questioning you, actually. Very interesting. That's what has to happen. You know? When you dig into someone's heart and they just keep bleeding evil matter, if evil matter is continuously coming out of them, that's when interrogation fucking works perfectly, right? Keep going. Alright, show it to everyone. What happens? Okay, maybe, I don't know how much you want to publicize that sort of stuff. Sometimes. Alright, sometimes. Especially when a notorious person gets jailed or questioned or gets clamped into a little bit of trouble because we're starting to suspect, we're starting to find intent coming in. That's the only way you can jail a person. That's the only way we can have conversations. We can't ask them to reenact anything. We can only talk to them. So the only biggest thing we can talk about are beliefs, right? Do you believe in Jesus, though? Do you believe that maybe I'm Jesus? That's what I want to talk about. So, what does the prayer do? We have to unlock the Christian superpower, to bring back faith to the things that used to work in the past for some fucking reason. They stuck around, at least in a meme level, right? In a cultural level. So, prayer to me is to attempt to, I hope I don't have evil intentions. I condemn all the evil, all the violence, right? You have to slow yourself down and clean yourself up, basically. Just try to analyze yourself. Because if shit comes out like a tick, no. We're still gonna judge you, bro. It came out. A shitty slur comes, I don't care. But evil intention comes out of your body in any way. You better pray, my guy. You better clean yourself up after you get arrested and questioned. You better show some remorse, right? Humble yourself down. Because we don't want that shit to happen. Keep happening, right? Now, probably after I set this down, we'll be able to continue episodes using this. right? Because we're gonna be able to like detect for like a terrible people on the internet. The reason why I even started this video is because this guy, right? He already smelled bad intent of like, well, I hope he died. Basically, did he die? I don't know. Well, hopefully. Again, it's the same theme. You don't feel remorse? That's literally enough to already arrest you. That would be enough in a logical sense. If we were all smart people, that is enough. That's why like the whatever dictatorship smells around Europe region and maybe Saudi Arabia has been criticized. North Korea, like obviously there's some stinky places where you literally can't speak up against the government. But it's like almost justified because they're sort of leaning towards this direction, right? They can still base their morality on this and kind of get away with all this second-hand government corruption. Because you have to. Somehow we have to convince the public that this is the actual problem right now that's not being addressed. Evil intent people are able to express their intent across the internet more freely than ever before, and we're not capturing them. We're not even jailing the fucking idiots who were on the Epstein list. That means only one thing: the system doesn't know how to fucking judge people anymore. That's the problem. Doesn't know how to talk to them to get them in actual trouble. Doesn't know what to look for, right? You're looking for evidence by talking to someone, you have to raid their house. That's the only way, man. You want evidence? Raid their files, get everything, all the actions they have done. And even then you have to find what you're looking for. Even though the things have been already done. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's so convenient that Epstein filmed everything. I still don't understand that part, but I guess you do need to blackmail. It's so weird. So we have this conundrum, right? Brewing in, like, we will have to deal with criminals. Americans are raising this question mark loud and proud. How are you guys enjoying the apocalypse so far? It's about to be over. You do notice that it's apocalypse, right? It's like there's wars everywhere. You do notice, right? People are just very unhappy with the state of the world. If you didn't notice, why the fuck are you still watching this video? You're not gonna notice any information like ever, right? If you are consuming information from a smart person, but you're not noticing that we live in apocalypse, then you kind of just nod your head of like, yep, I did notice that part. We live in apocalypse since COVID, and it's just a nice little period where demons come out. Not knowing, like, the demons come out because capitalism has been around for so long, so now the demons understand of like, oh, I can do that actually. Oh, but they can't. They just think they can, but they actually can't. You know, they get the wrong idea. Capitalism falls into the cracks basically, and it opens up the demon heart of like, oh, I can actually do bad things to other people. Wow. But they actually can't. They realize that they do get caught, but there has to be a good person that fucking slaps the shit out of them. All right? Someone has to actually catch them. This is why, like, the demons are rampant right now across the world. They all have to be caught. Otherwise, they will continue destruction. Right? So, mostly just Russians have to be caught. just Russia. We can find it on a map, I think. No, but it's definitely a worldwide scenario where just demons came out. I've seen them. I had to interact with them. I had to shut them down. I had to prove to myself that I'm the good guy. And I had a lot of work with these motherfuckers. But the world is absolutely unstable, and we'll have to inject a new world order to fucking wash out, just like Noah's Ark. A new era has to come. Capitalism is not working out anymore. It's providing us demons. It's great. Like, they come out. We see who's the evil person, how they look like, how they behave, what they're trying to get away with, basically. How they're fucking trashing the neighborhood. All these things. We just have to note them down. And when we can catch all of them and kick them out, confront them, whatever it takes, we'll do it, right? We'll do it. Or will you need the Jesus? Oh shit, I'm here to the rescue, my boy. Alright, so tell me, since you have lived apocalypse for 6 years, tell me, why are you talking about Jesus? Very interesting. This is actually like one of those regular Christian things they can't shut. It's a generic thing. It's a generic thing that Christians do, right? They just can't shut up about Jesus, and I don't think it's for good intent, my friends. I don't think they have good intent, actually, because it sounds stupid when Jesus everywhere. Everywhere's Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Over there. Oh, also Jesus. It's almost like they speak this sort of language in order to identify themselves. Instead of being LGBT and just saying of like, well, I'm transcendental alien, transsexual, transparent, anti-human. I mean, okay, thank you for identifying yourself, but Christians are like, you need Jesus. That's how they identified. You know, through Jesus. Their identity is within Jesus. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that, bro? So, because out of sheer curiosity, that's why I launched this series, let's find out. Maybe you should shut the fuck up about Jesus, actually. That would be nice.
Or my deconstruction about Jesus. I get this question a lot. Pretty much every time I talk about Jesus.
Because that's the question we started asking in rapid succession, because nobody can shut up about Jesus. And the funny thing is, like, obviously, when it comes to reasoning, they will provide different reasons. It's always an interesting question to ask. The answer is supposed to be different to every single person. Of like how much they know about Jesus. How do they interpret Jesus? It requires intellectual capacity, right?
Or anything related.
Or a good hairstyle. Is that a good hairstyle? I can't tell. I don't even know if he fucking slept last night. That's crazy.
Like my experience. I've been an internet person for long enough to know that trying to explain yourself on the internet is almost always a bad idea.
Yeah, that's why you write a script, don't you? I don't know. I'm in the free self-expression zone. I can do whatever and say whatever I want. I don't know what's the possible backlash, but I've never been popular. I mean, that's something for people to consider. Maybe they want to figure out what a smart person do. How would they express themselves? Right? Because a smart person is a person you have to adopt ideas from. It's very useful. We just like lag them behind a little bit with all the flashy things.
But I get this question so often, that somebody out there is actually asking it in good faith.
Yay! I have good intentions. Let's go. Good faith, good intentions. Similar.
And actually wants to hear the answer. So
yay!
I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to give you the answer. First of all, I think the analogy of me dating someone asks you to Put yourself in my shoes for a moment.
What's your shoe size? I'm actually not very big person. Maybe I would look like this. I wouldn't even get into the shot. What? I don't think I can be in your shoes, guys.
And while we're at it, let's call Jesus Jesus so it feels a little less sacrilegious. What if you had dated Jesus for most of your life? And while he's your life, you ran every decision by him. You talked to him every day.
Sounds like a delusional relationship. Does that mean he was my biggest fan if I was Jesus?
Identity was rooted in him. In this analogy, Jesus' dad is all powerful. He's also Jesus, but let's...
I hear it all the time. There's a weird connection with Jesus and God, right? God is also Jesus. Okay. I get that. I get that. You follow the godlike path, and you're eventually gonna be like actual God, but right now you're just Jesus. You know, and people can interpret it however they want. It's like, well, it was God, but a human level God, or whatever. It's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. Jesus was sent by God. He was God in a way, in terms of like the path of God. But this is where like things get a little bit too edgy, because there were fucking more Jesuses out there than just one. Pretty sure. Alright? It's just we fucking ignored it. You know, we just want to talk about that one thing for some reason. It's almost like scary. It's like flat earth type of scary. Like we're actually blocking important information. We're not looking for Jesus anymore. If we're not looking for Jesus, why do we expect him? We cannot do both. We cannot expect Jesus to come back when we're not looking for him. If we're not equipped with the idea of how to look for Jesus, then shut the fuck up. Like, it's over. If you're not capable of finding Jesus, you're not able to welcome him into your world. Well, NPCs are always going to be stupid enough to not be able to even comprehend the godlike creatures, okay? But that's the requirement. You have to be able to find Jesus to have Jesus in your society. Otherwise, Jesus just fucking slip through your fingers. Do you want Jesus to make miracles? Well, that's not what a normal human tends to do. So maybe you will not find Jesus anymore because you're looking for Jesus with very harsh requirements. And that's the point. That's when humanity itself can trick itself by pretending that they can find Jesus, but they can't. Because the way they are looking for him is just degenerate, impossible, will never yield any good results, and you just basically stabbed yourself, right? You will never get him. But hey, the funny thing is, that's what the series is about, is at least to acknowledge that we're looking for him, right? I will try to scan myself because I believe in myself greatly. I almost had something godlike happen to me, but I don't know how much of it is acting and how much of it is actually real, right? Because like you just let your mind loose and all of a sudden shit happens. Like, how much of myself should I believe? Should I deceive myself? Like, even those concepts exist. But let's try and learn some kind of weird lesson of what did God tell me when God fucking talked to me, right? It told me just one thing in particular. Bro said infinite pain. Injected that concept into me. I'm like, am I supposed to feel the infinite pain now? God, are you gonna do it to me? Obviously, nothing happened because, again, we're not that fucking close. But the concept appeared, and it sparked too much question marks. It sort of accommodates infinite pleasure. nearby, but no, infinite pain was more interesting when it appeared. Because it's not only incomprehensible concept, and it's like, who would give me infinite pain? Why? Why would it exist? Would I get anything in return for the fucking infinite pain? So instead of concept of God, which is actually quite simple for a smart person, infinite pain still sounds fucking a whole next godlike particle to be unveiled in my life, to be understood. I mean, you would have to learn demonic concepts, unfortunately. Something that demons know by sacrificing human beings, you have to just derive it with your logic. You have to keep up with the fucking evil of the world. So infinite pain sounds like a tough problem, and you must not have evil intent. Without evil intent, you still have to solve all the problems that the demons are solving, right? You have to keep up with the evil if you want to be a winner. You want to be the good guy.
Let's not get distracted, okay? You found yourself almost compelled to defend Jesus' reputation against these people.
Honestly, that's my expression of just watching the video of like, what the fuck is this guy yapping? He has to twist the entire story into some kind of a metaphor that almost makes sense, but not really. Bro is trying to be logical, and yet at the same time, what the fuck are we talking about? Yes, Jesus is just Christian identity, and everyone talks about it. That's the fucking propaganda on both sides. You have the lefty, the female propaganda of just fucking rainbows and sexual identities. And then you have the male propaganda of, like, we have strong belief, we believe God, we will all follow God because we're gonna get the best things ever. Men want to look up to something and women just want to screw things up. Women are quite a destructive force, but they don't. Like, we socially don't allow that to happen, so they don't have muscles. They can only destroy things with their fucking tongue, right? While men, they do have muscles, but they have tendency to believe in God, to have faith, to be patient, for no particular reason, basically. Men are more silent than women, right? So they don't actually engage in a lot of things as often. So even though, like, men could cause a lot of destruction, they don't care that much until the war breaks out. Well, then shit breaks loose, unfortunately. Wars are not created by women in the first place, right? When men become destructive, that's when you have to worry about it. And I guess when women become passive, when they stop trying to destroy things, maybe that's also deep-seated evil that should have a name like war, but something more important, and I somehow don't have the word for it. Maybe it's a famine. I mean, it's feminine. Maybe it's famine. This is how men feel like, the loneliness epidemic. It sounds like famine to me, actually. And it goes alongside with war just so nicely. Famine and war is what we get when society falls apart. Okay? It's very difficult to get famine when women have just enough empathy for, pain and suffering. Like, women are a destructive force, and all they have to do is just stop. Right? They don't really even have to make the babies. Someone else inject baby into them. So all the women have to do is just stop everything, to be honest. And they become the best women that ever existed. But if they can't stop, if they're itching to do too many things, well, they always gonna result in doing destructive things. That's the only thing you can expect them to do, and it's fucking mental, absolutely. I lived that sort of life. Like, the biggest thing my mom was doing is talking to herself, and it was mentally destroying me. Like, what the fuck is she doing? It caused a lot of problems. Tainted my history, you know? Why did we get this far? Well, at least we talked about something very coherent instead of whatever the fuck this guy is yapping about. It's pissing me off.
Say all kinds of things about Jesus. And Jesus is...
Alright, so basically the context is he's no longer a Christian, but he still knows Jesus a little bit better than other people, and he can fucking autocorrect the idiots, right?
True.
Again, he went so unhinged that I don't understand. You have to speak in examples. You have to learn how to fucking articulate yourself, bro. All of a sudden, he went from a YouTuber into an amateur. It's ridiculous.
Misinformed misrepresentation to malign you.
Malign? What the fuck are you talking about? Is bro inventing new words?
What if you felt like the people who...
Or is it, like malice? Malign? I don't get it, dude.
in listening to them feel less alone? I don't know. But if all that were true, maybe, just maybe, you find yourself talking about Jesus too.
I don't want to be in his shoes, that's for sure. Jesus might actually come back in 2026. That's what I heard. Maybe I even showed you the Asmongold reaction to it. It's fucking
Jesus
weird.
might very clear in the Bible. He's coming back like a thief in the night. He said he's coming back at a time least expected.
Well, that's how you can create a fucking permanent cult. It's not very useful words, to be honest. He's coming back when you are deeply asleep, when you're the most deepest sleep, when most people are sleeping in the world, in that particular side of the world, in fucking midnight, he's coming back. Probably to rob your ass. In fact, I think that is a real indication, right? Meaning that when the least expected. That is the indication. So Jesus is checking out when are people expecting him the least. So he cannot come out in 2026 if you expect him to come. That's not good. Not good, my friend. You're still expecting too hard. Maybe next year, though. Alright? Maybe you'll just give up on expectations. I mean, to me, like, expectations is the stupidest word when mixed with NPC behavior, right? Because their expectations are so fucking stupid. So when NPCs stop expecting things, that's when Jesus has the most reach. When he can actually talk to human beings again. You know, when things are the most normal is when NPCs stop expecting things. And honestly, now it makes sense. Now things are starting to make sense, doesn't it? If expectations are bad, then when people least expect, that's when people can receive a real change in their lives, right? That's when people are most open to something new happening. I like what's going on here. That's pretty cool math Jesus just done. I actually have to approve. Yeah, lowering NPC expectations is when, like, we get a humbleness, openness, acceptance. Those are perfect conditions for Jesus to finally come out. Holy shit, man. When they're not expecting, hey, Jesus, do 20 backflips, otherwise I don't believe you're Jesus.
In other words,
no.
We don't know the specific day or the hour that
now we know, actually. I actually figured it out. We do know.
Jesus is coming back.
We do know
but
when.
We do know that he...
right after the apocalypse.
He is coming back, and in fact, is coming close. And Jesus actually told him, yes, there will be signs. And Jesus actually told
I feel like this guy is just leeching Jesus' popularity. That's what's going on. I'm like, well, Jesus is still popular. I can get some views. Let's get some views going. How the fuck does he have 3 million subscribers? Okay, I don't have to speculate. Let's just see what this is about. Fucking Christian clickbait, bro. What the fuck is this shit? That is ridiculous. And he's posting a lot of content every single week. Man, that's ridiculous. My opinion has changed. No, he knows how to clickbait so badly. The Mr. Beast of Christianity, this fucking weirdo. I mean, you can't put Christian and rabbit in the same fucking sentence. You can't put these 2 words together without giving me brain damage. I don't know if I'm gonna survive this, guys. Like, you should usually NPC materials like the worst thing I can react to right now. It's just, yeah, everyone's gonna fucking post this shit video because it's a new year. So let's fucking yap about Jesus returning again. Just because it's a popular thing to talk about. And they expect views and attention. See? The expectation just brainwashes them. It's not about Jesus anymore. It's not about, like, what would happen if he returned. None of this fucking matters. They're not actually gonna use their brain juice. They don't have any brains. They're just, like, fucking yapping, bro.
and try to
Especially, like, obviously, I will always judge people who are younger than me because they don't have a chance. They don't stand a chance to fucking impress me with any information that they present.
predict the date because Jesus made it very clear that Jesus said would happen before he comes back. Well, Jesus said there would be wars and rumors of wars. That's happening right now. He said there would be
I mean, makes sense, though.
deception. That's happening right now, definitely with AI. He said there would be everything Jesus said would happen is literally happening right in front of our eyes. The Bible literally
This is when he goes off the cuff, unfortunately. Because again, there may have been Jesus after Jesus, but something happened where we just kept one, not the other ones. This is the thing that fucking bothers me the most. It's so hard to be Jesus these days. Right, what's the point if he returns? If he never returned in the past, we already have 2,000 years of Jesus not returning. So what's the point of waiting for something that doesn't usually happen? Right, that's the biggest problem I have. If Jesus returned over and over again, and it was a normal occurrence, where people actually have a genuine expectation that's backed by something, man, it wouldn't be fucking laughable matter right now. But it's goddamn insane to listen to these idiots right now. When it makes sense, it's like, well, bad things are happening, apocalypse. We're gonna get a new age, and a new age will have to get some kind of leader. That would be nice, right? A booster pack. But it's never happened, or it was never interpreted as the return of Jesus. So what the fuck is the point? Is the point to just fucking mess with people's brains, but never award them with anything? The title of Jesus is just the most fleeting thing, and no one can actually have it unless, or they're not humble enough, right? Because they shouldn't want the title. It should just be there to, you know, mess with you. If there's some kind of like super deep strategy going on, I mean, congratulations. What the hell is going on?
predicted everything would happen, though it's over, and you can't go back and change anything. So that's why I say you're in your own end times, because think about if you knew that Jesus was coming back in the next 100 years.
Alright, thank God he's saying even dumber things now.
Blessed if we
Well, what if Jesus returns in the next 100 years? You will not even be able to see Jesus. Wow! Your arrogance is through the roof, actually.
make it to 100 years old.
This is another thing that hardly makes any sense. Like, why would that happen? Why can't Jesus just return for everyone? You know, why some people have to die and never get to see it? You know? Fucking bullshit.
We live every day like that.
But yeah, it is quite a fucking trap, right? I do think it's a trap because, like, even if I'm Jesus, I don't care about that part. That part is the least relevant part ever. In fact, it's gonna make a healthy division between people who understand and who don't understand. Well, I personally, the name doesn't stick and falls back into the fucking void, basically. Far, far away. Where only stories can be told about said void. So, I guess that makes sense to some extent. Like, even if I was Jesus, I wouldn't be Jesus. Right? I wouldn't actually make a checkpoint. I wouldn't make history reset to 0 years or whatever. I would just do the thing that has to be done. I have to have this, like, a humble respect to, like, the ancient engine. The way things work. That maybe some things I can't change whatsoever, right? I cannot update any of the stuff. Maybe I'll just have to let go, right? Whatever the answer might be, maybe I'll start running away from the being Jesus. See what's being a Satan looks like.
Yeah, because the truth is, promised.
Probably not. I can't stomach.
And Jesus really could come back I was just 14 years old. I mean, it literally feels like time is just going quicker and quicker. Ever since 2020.
Oh, look, another Veritasium fan.
I don't know what happened today.
I will never say out of my fucking mouth the dumbest things of, like, the time is moving faster and faster. It feels faster. That's the dumbest thing you can say because the time doesn't change, though. So you can't feel different than the reality, than the truth. You cannot misalign yourself from the truth. That's fucking insane. Right? So the time always flows the same amount of time. In fact, it should feel slower because you're capable of more things. And your life happens to have more things, not less things. Fucking weird, man. Fucking weird. How everyone dares to say that. I remember when I was just 14 years old. Well, why are you remembering? Is that how you fucking measure time, by remembering things? Get out of here, dude. Stupid Veritasium fans are already debunked this bullshit.
As if Jesus could. Think about all the things you would change if you knew he was coming back any day of the year. How would it change what you watch? How would it change what you listen to?
Yeah, listen to my podcast and watch my videos. That's the fucking point.
Change our lungs breathing and our heart beating. We're not the ones who wake ourselves up every morning. As harsh as
Yeah, you're the one who breathes.
this sounds, God can literally get rid of us.
Like, literally, you're inhaling and exhaling. That's you doing it. You don't have to do it. Although I don't have evil intentions, so please continue breathing.
At any moment. God doesn't have to, because...
But he is Mr. Christian Mr. Beast. I don't know if he should be breathing, actually. I don't know.
He's giving us...
Wait, Mr. Beast?
And I believe strongly that the fact you're watching this video right now...
The fact you're watching this video right now, what does that mean?
Is proof that God is being so kind to you. He's being so...
Oh, so kind! Look at that! Twisting the fucking sentence just to not incriminate himself with being Christian Mr. Beast. Fucking degenerate. To me, good intention is this, right? Yeah, you have your white circles and your black circles. You have your destructive traits. But they're good intent. It's like a halo as well. Like, in the end of the day, you have good intentions no matter what happens. No matter how you are interpreted. But that's what has to happen. The good intention has to shine on top of everything you're doing. So when there's an evil person, and you're also doing destructive things, you can at least justify it. That's the whole point. Without good intentions, everything falls apart. And if bad intentions are exposed, You go back all the way, reputation drained, cut in half. You have to humble yourself down before they find even more. That's the game of justice.
Gracious by showing you this and letting you know.
By showing you this, oh my god, it's Jesus did it, not the fucking algorithm. Not you bending the algorithm like Mr. Beast does. It's Jesus did it. I did it, guys. I showed you this video. Wait, that's kind of true, though. Wait, stop it. Stop.
You gotta lock in.
Stop it.
Okay, comfortable.
I'm literally showing this video, and he kind of got me.
And I'm
he
here to
kind
tell
of
you
got
the
me,
truth.
actually.
And I don't know about you, but I'm ready. I'm ready for Jesus to come back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And I hope you guys are too.
Trust me, guys. This shit is annoying. To even have material is annoying. We just watch the shittiest 2 videos that have nothing to offer, to be honest. Besides pain and suffering. Maybe infinite pain is being a Christian. And watching shit like this, man. Being actually recommended these kind of videos. It's ridiculous, bro. Maybe people would also look at me and judge my level of gracefulness and my level of language. Of well, this can't be Jesus. But now we know you have potentially weird expectations of what Jesus is supposed to be like. Especially when anyone can just portray him in any way they want. And they portray Jesus in the most ancient, socially disconnected ways. I don't even have to be socially disconnected. I am. Against my own will. No matter how many videos I upload, there is not a single video that's more important than the other one. None of them get attention at all. Neither of them. They don't snowball attention, they don't have virality in it, so, the depiction of Jesus potentially works, but you still have to translate the damn thing, okay? And if you're expecting something, it must be plausible. It must have happened a bunch of times already. It must be some kind of cyclical thing. And not something just happens once in a fucking 20,000 lifetimes. Who the fuck knows, man? Jesus is one and only, and he will return one more time. One random time in human history he will return. Be ready, of course. Then it just sounds like propaganda, just wasteful propaganda. What are we talking about? Your expectations have to be plausible in a way that it matters, right? There's something to expect. There's an interesting ending to the movie. I would say that our expectations should grow when population gets more mature, right? Because we will see the reflection of ourselves inside other human beings when we love each other, right? So when generally population becomes more mature, when people are fucking alarming of oh no, there's too many old people. That's when good shit happens. That's when magic happens, when there's too many old people, okay? Because then society is expected to actually fucking care about each other. You're not little babies anymore. You can speak to each other. You can interact without hostilities. See you guys next time. Am I Jesus? Maybe now I'm Jesus, no? Next episode?